Goodness to you. It's Sporty King coming to you on Friday. And I say goodness because I don't know whether you're watching morning, afternoon, or evening. So isn't it great to have good in front of your salutation? In fact, we got a good joke with this one. I know it would definitely could have been good morning, but we had a blackout 2 minutes before the broadcast was supposed to start at 11. So there was no way for it to be good morning, but maybe you're watching it Saturday morning or another morning. So anyway, goodness to you and welcome to Gift Friday. I created it because so often we hear people say TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. But I say, what allure does Friday have to the person who took their last breath on Thursday or any day before that for that matter? So I use what I learned through Psalm 92:2. And that is, it is good to proclaim your unfailing love in the morning, your faithfulness in the evening. So instead of using TGIF, I use TGIT. Thank God it's today. And then TGIT, thank God it's tonight. Because that shows you what we need to be thanking God for all along, today and tonight. And that brought me to another scriptural lesson, which I learned from Matthew 6:34. I believe it's 6:34. So don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will bring its own worries. Thank God it's tonight. Today's trouble is enough for today. Thank God it's today. So I've got another way for you to use TGIF though. Consider TGIF. Trusting God is free. Think about it. What does it cost you to enjoy and appreciate? You have that option to appreciate the greatest gift that you get every single day. And that is the gift of waking up. Doesn't cost you a dime. And so that moves us into the fact that when we take that TGIF and we take the T in the front and move it to the back, we get GIFT and what we should be thanking God for all the time. And that is GIFT, God is for today. Gift Friday is the online sharing of one of my original poems and its possible uses to inspire audiences online, in conversation, or just by yourself. Each poem will be my gift to you. So what'll happen is you hear me read it and then share it, this gift. Then you can click, and if you like a copy of it, you can, stumbling. If you like a copy and you're watching on Facebook or LinkedIn, email me your request at sporty@sportyking.com. If you're watching on YouTube or on my website, you can just drop that in the thread. P.S. By the way, the reason I say YouTube, on LinkedIn and Facebook, email me if you're not on my mailing list. See, that way, what I'll be doing is I'll be responding to your email, and now it'll get through your security. If you're on my mailing list already, you can just drop that request in the chat, and I'll send you your colorful keepsake copy of today's gift poem. Now, today, what I've chosen is from my book, I Found Out I'm Living, an affirmation of life. And in fact, this poem, I think it highlights one of the messages in the title of the book, and that is this affirming life. Last night, so maybe you found out this morning, I posted a lyric version of Michael Jackson's song, Man in the Mirror, with my inscription that said, because we can forget, this is not just a song. It's a must-read reminder. So as you listen to the poem, listen for the internal conversations you've actually had. Have you given yourself credit for the good you've done, or are you still focusing on the failure? And yes, we've all failed at something, even with my twisting it to make it sound positive and saying we've all fallen short. But will you hear your chosen messengers in your conversation? And who has the final say? The man in the mirror is an important person to speak to. Meanwhile, I wrote this poem while leading a life skills class in Chicago and remembering the smiles that I saw growing with each class. This poem is called, I Can't Save the World. I can't save the world. Oops, I'm sorry. Yeah. Every time I talk to my mirror, my revelation is the same. I can't save the world from all the injustice and the pain. Yet, as I look around at the lives I touch, I'm reminded of something I fear, that my success might make me forget about those who need me to care. I could spend all my time with the media and say that none of them are willing to work hard, or I can be thankful that I have the chance to make a difference and recognize that chance as a grace from my God. I can feed my spirit with my own personal thanks, not expecting showers of praise from the people I serve. And I can relax knowing that I've done my best, treating each person with the respect they deserve. I can look back at the times I almost lost my temper, now understanding that my disappointment was really concern. For who I thought was mature enough to take responsibility was actually only old enough to learn. I can only help those who are willing to help themselves by helping myself remain true to the message I get from my mirror. I can't save the world, but I can save you. You've heard me say it before, and I love saying it again because we learn through repetition. You can't help anyone until you take care of your PMS, your physical, mental, and spiritual self. You've got to take care of you. You have to take care of yourself, and self is SELF, self-esteem, love's foundation. See, I believe that instead of love, you have to like yourself. So self-esteem is love's foundation because self-esteem is liking yourself. Liking yourself is the cherry on the cake. When you like yourself, you create value that contributes to sharing your love. Excuse me. At some time in our lives, and not too long ago, many of us have not liked ourselves. That's the headline. But the subtitles are in comments like, I don't like, that's the headline. I don't like the way I look in this outfit. My chances against that person. I don't like how I treated this person. I don't like myself can be the headline. So think about some things that you've said or heard about not liking yourself. Even when the mirror isn't available, we're having that conversation with ourselves as different things spark memories of what we've done. And that borderline tip of feeling confident or seeming arrogant is in the second stanza of the poem, where it says, yet as I look around at the lives I touch, I'm reminded of something I fear, that my success might make me forget about those who need me to care. See, sometimes success, power can be corrupt. So sometimes we have to look back and be concerned about what we're doing with our power. And this stanza also reminds me of my belief that, see, we're not afraid to fail, because when we fail, the pity party shows up to justify our loss as being the wrong color, the wrong size, the wrong sex, the wrong age, the wrong size, the wrong educational background. When we fail, the pity party shows up. And we exhale, believing, yeah, that's right. That's the reason. That's the reason I failed, because they didn't like my color, my size, my sex, my age, my educational background. Thank you, pity party. That's what the problem was. Thus, our fear of success, when we overcome that reason, and we don't let that be the reason, and then suddenly the petty party shows up when we have success. The petty party says, whose butt did you kiss? You were lucky. That'll never happen again. Oh, now you think you're better than us. And now we inhale to keep it low key. so that we can still be one of the crew. I'm not going to really tell anybody about my success because that's the petty party and they'll think that. Yet, what we're actually doing is we're keeping the crew refilled with trust in failure. See, we'd rather believe in the pity party than what the petty party says. And so we keep trust in failing because then we're going to get the support from our crew, the people who we listen to. Thus, it is the fourth stanza that begins to guide us in feeding that spirit by defining what success looks like in each part of our lives. Depending upon what you're doing, you have to define your personal success so that you don't need the pity or the petty party. Here's that stanza. I can feed my spirit with my own personal thanks, not expecting showers of praise from the people I serve. And I can relax knowing that I've done my best, treating each person with the respect they deserve. That's what success has to be, how you feel about it. You see, one of my scriptures on my wall is actually a popular one. Most have heard from Solomon as God asked him what he wanted. Solomon said, give me wisdom and knowledge to rule them properly. For who is able to govern this great nation of yours? That's 2 Chronicles 1:10. And I keep that on my wall. One of the synonyms of rule is guideline. Just as I've reminded you to choose your messengers carefully, I've reminded you that you've also been chosen as someone else's messenger. So use your spirit of Solomon to guide those who need you and need your message. In texting back and forth one time, I once sent this message to my friend. I truly don't get why people have a problem with your choices to respect them. See, people get upset when you respect their choices because it's like, okay, well, we disagree to disagree. I don't agree with you, so that's it. I'm respecting your choice. And then you still get upset. See, if I'm not your messenger, I'm okay with that. I still respect your choice, which changes our relationship and our interaction. So I respect your choice. Don't get mad, but I'm not your messenger. We don't have to have the same relationship that we had in the past. That's fine. So that's why I say I don't understand why people get mad. I have a problem with my choice to respect theirs. This is how you feel? Okay, well, I'm not your messenger. You're not mine. That changes our relationship. You see, I still have to deliver my message. There's a chance that one of us will choose to change our belief. I will not gloat if you come over to my belief. And whether or not you gloat if I come over to yours will not hold me back from doing so. My conversation with the mirror will reign supreme. I can only help the people who are willing to help themselves by helping myself to remain true to the message I get from my mirror. I can't save the world, but I can save you. Look, if you like a copy of the poem, again, if you're not on my mailing list and you're on Facebook or LinkedIn, just email me at sporty@sportyking.com. You're on YouTube or on my website, you can drop that in the thread. And if you know you're on my mailing list, then you can just drop your request in the thread as well, and I'll remember it. Okay? So remember, TGIT, thank God it's today. Thank God it's tonight. We're going to have a safe weekend, aren't we? And then finally, remember that there is no greater gift than the fact that God is for today. Have a safe 4th of July weekend, and I'll see you next week. Ciao.